section 8.2, Visualizing Data, Part 1. In bar graphs, the horizontal axis represents the category and the vertical axis represents the frequency. So horizontal, guys, goes this way, and vertical goes up and down. Okay. A Pareto chart is a bar graph ordered from highest to lowest frequency. If the bars are connected, it is called a histogram, which I discussed in the last section. Alright, a shoe company is very interested in finding out what color of Adidas court tennis shoes their customers prefer. And that shouldn't have a comma there. To maximize their sale, the company wants to make sure that they order the right amount of each color to prevent an overstock or understock of each color. The company kept a record of how many shoes were sold and what color of Adidas court tennis shoes the consumers were buying for a month. The following data is summarized below. So let's fix this and put customer. That should be a U there, customers. All right, sorry about that, guys. I'm just fixing some of the little tiny mistakes here. All right, so if we look at the frequency table, we have blue is 25, green is 52, red is 41, white is 36, black is 39, and finally gray is 23. All right, so the frequency on the right there shows, it's showing the same information, right? So blue, if we look how tall the graph is, it goes up to 25. Green is halfway between 50 and 55, so let's guess it's like 52. Red was 41, white was 36, black was 39, and finally gray was 23. And I got these values from this table right here. There we go. Okay, so it's showing the same information, just in another way. Now, if we look back up, a Pareto chart is a bar graph ordered from highest to lowest. This is a Pareto chart. Okay, because I have the highest one, which was green, to the lowest one, which is gray. Okay. A frequency polygon starts out like a histogram, but instead of drawing a bar, a point is placed in the midpoint of each interval at the height equal to the frequency. Typically, the points are connected with a straight line to emphasize the distribution of data. So guys, what they're doing here, and I'll do this in red, is every top of each bar, right in the center of the bar, we're putting points. And then what we do is we connect the dots, right? We're connecting them together. And by the way, when you do what's called a frequency polygon, the values have to start on the x-axis and end at the x-axis. So see how they're touching. Okay? All right. So this graph shows the number of times Ted's checked his email last week. How many times did he check his email on day 2? Okay. So day 2 is right here. And if I go up to that point, I read off the corresponding frequency, which is 4. Which day did he check it most frequently? Okay, so most frequently, I'm looking for the highest frequency, which occurs right here. And I'm going to erase the other one we were looking at before. Whoops. Let me erase that off. And it says which day. So I have the highest frequency. Now I have to go down and get the day, which is day 6. On which day did he check it more than 5 times? Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to check out where the frequency of 5 times is, which is here, and I'm going to put a line. So I'm going to include everything above that line. So 1, 2, 3, 4. On which days? Let's look at that. So the first one would be day 3. And let me check over into a pen here. So day 3, and then the next one is right here, which is day 5. Okay, the next one is day 6. And it says more than 5 times, so I'm not going to include that last one that I have highlighted because it says more than 5 times, not equal to 5 times. So we're not going to include that one, so it has to be above the line. So day 3, day 5, and day 6. All right. The graph below shows student response to a survey about social media usage. So we have YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook. Guys, remember Twitter is now X. So just to let you know. How many total users were surveyed? So we want the total frequency. And remember that equals the complete sample size. Okay, so we just got to add up the frequency. So for YouTube, it's 10 plus X or Twitter is 5 plus Instagram is 3 plus Snapchat is 15 plus Facebook is 9. Okay, so 10 and 5 is 15. 3 and 15 is 18 plus 9. All right, so let's add 15 and 18. That's 33 plus 9 will give me 42. Okay, again, I'm going to make sure my math is right, so I'm just going to quickly run this through the calculator here. All right, so 10 plus 5 plus 3 plus 15 plus 9, and that gives me 42. What percentage of users use YouTube? Well, if I look up here, I see that the percentage of users is 10. So I put 10 over the sample size, which is 42, and now I have to divide that. 10 divided by 42 will give me 0.238. Again, I'm going to round this to the hundredths place, so I look behind it. 8 is bigger than 5, so I'm going to have to round up. So I'm going to round this to 0.24, and now I'm going to change this decimal to percent by moving the decimal point 2 places to the right. So 24% of users used YouTube. If these ratios are true for the student body of 1,260 students, how many students used YouTube? Okay, so I'm going to take 1,260 and I'm going to multiply that by 0.24 because I want to know what 24% of 1,260 is. Okay, so 1,260 times 0.24 equals 302.4. Okay, how many students used YouTube? Well, I don't have 0.4 of a student, so I'm going to answer this as 302 students used YouTube. All right, I'm going to stop the video right here and we'll pick up with part 2 of 8.2. Thank you for watching and continue on.